Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I had to sort out where was my camera because my camera was not on, so I had to reboot it. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Can everybody hear me okay? Looks like my mic's working. Hello. Good to see everybody. Hello. We've got everybody coming. I'm doing so good. I'm so glad to see you guys. Super excited to be doing Tuesday readings. That's what the new routine is, Fridays and Tuesdays. So how is everybody doing? I feel like I need to start. I think I'm going to start eventually. Maybe I'll get this set up for Friday of having a little light music in the background. I feel like I'm missing that. What do you guys think? I need a little background kind of vibe music, which I think would be kind of fun. So welcome in, friends. It's so good to see everybody. Happy Tuesday. How are we? You're doing good. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm excited. So if anyone is new, first of all, let's say hello in the chat. If you are, it's good to see you. I'm doing very well today, actually. So my name is Carey Kaas, and I'm a psychic medium, tarot reader, and a teacher. And tonight, what we're going to be doing are readings. So I kind of like to tell everybody, because I'm starting to do this on Tuesday nights, unless otherwise, I have a class I'm teaching or something like that, which might happen eventually. But for the moment, I want to let you guys know I am not really doing readings anymore on other platforms. So, and I often, I like to give people an opportunity to be able to get a mini reading at a fair price. Because some people, just want a little check-in. They want to be able to just get a little bit of information on what's a question they have that's come up. And I've just found it to be something that a lot of my clients really appreciate, and a lot of people. So I want to open that up. And if you're interested in that tonight, let me know, first of all, so I can make sure to stay out for you. But the readings, they are a one topic reading typically, and they're just $25. They're just a brief reading, but they're impactful is what I like to say. And then if you want an Akashic Records reading, those are $33. So if you decide to do that, let me know. Now, if you're wondering how to do that, I do have below, until we get in the routine of this, my PayPal information and Venmo. But you guys have to let me know because I'm not used to checking it. Let me grab one thing really quickly. Oh, you did, Imani. Amazing. Okay, great. Let me check. So yes, and then everybody else who wants to hang out, I will definitely be doing what I like to say are just card pulls for everybody. So, and then I know that Amaya was asking me about if I'm going back on the other apps. And for now, I don't have a plan to do that. I've really kind of I'm recommitting my business in a different way and putting my energy where I feel I get energy back. I'm still teaching on TikTok. I still do videos. I have, I'm teaching and being able to do course creation or content creation for people that are interested in getting, coming into the classes and into the school and wanting to get readings, but not as much am I going to be on TikTok. And there's a lot of reasons. I think I've explained them to you guys. Okay, let me check out. And otherwise, hang out because we're going to have a great time. I'm going to also talk to you guys about a little bit about the collective energy I see going on. I'm about to upload a brand new, tomorrow I will be a reading. I know. I'm glad to hear you say that. Hi, Linda. I know. That's how I feel too. Yeah, I know. TikTok's really, okay, Imani, I got you I thank you so much. Okay, yeah, so the readings are a really affordable price. I'm going to keep them there because, I know everyone's kind of watching their budget right now, especially after the holidays. And so if you guys are interested, let me know. Otherwise, we will be doing conversation, chat. I'll pull oracle cards for everybody, but I'll be starting essentially with the people that get on my list. If you get on the list, though, please let me know. Then I can just check my phone. And then we're going to go from there. So this is the new thing for me. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be offering these readings and then doing card pulls. And we'll kind of get that train going. Okay, so let me just check this whole thing. Okay, Imani's asking a great question. And she's getting a little more of an in-depth reading. She is getting an Akashic Records reading, which means I'm going to look at it from a bit of more depth. So I'm going to put this in onto my list right now, and then we're going to get going. Okay, fantastic. I'm excited. I'm excited. So, all right. Thanks, guys. And then if you get on the list, just holler at me, okay? So I'm going to check in with the energy. Everybody get comfortable and then stay tuned because we are going to do, like I said, we are going to do freebie oracle card pulls. Okay, so let me look into Imani's energy and look at her question, and we're going to go forward, okay? Okay, so based upon your question, the Akashic Records guides are telling me two bits of information, Imani. The first thing they're saying is that they want you, and I think you've already been doing some of this work, they want you to really work on your mindset around the topic you mentioned. And specifically, there's energy, and I'll give you some tips on this, in your crown chakra, in your third eye, and then in your throat chakra that feel like they are compressing you so you don't have as much of an expansive energy when it comes to the topic you mentioned. So it feels as though when you're trying to think of new ways to funnel abundance into your life, there's a feeling of things being cluttered, things being held, and things not flowing. Okay. So I would say doing some energy work around a few things is going to be very helpful for you. The first thing is there is a level of forgiveness that the guides and the Akashic Records are talking about you implementing. And those things look like this: forgiveness over your current circumstances, forgiveness over how things were for you related to your subject, Imani, in your family growing up. Mindset of information around things having to be constantly spoke about in a more of a negative way when it comes to the topic you mentioned. So there's quite a lot of energy surrounding that topic, which makes your energy compress. And so I think it would be really helpful to go through a clearing of the upper chakras, and then those things really related to your childhood that are holding an impact around that. Now, doing that kind of energy work and clearing is going to make such a big difference in your level of manifestation and abundance and expansiveness and opportunities, because you're clearing out your channel, and then you're able to really tune in and get very clear information about how to manifest these things, correct? So that's the primary thing that your guides are showing me in the Akashic Record. That's going to make a big difference. And I teach classes on this topic, which stay tuned because I might have something right. I have something that I might be releasing to my community in the sanctuary around this topic. In fact, I was just looking at the video around it. But I'm going to pull also, since this is an Akashic Records reading, I'm going to pull in a card deck that I use specifically around that topic. So we're going to see if there's anything else you need to know in order to clear, open up, and create that level of, we'll say, prosperity and abundance. So I'm just getting that thing about removing barriers and having things move quickly. So that's how, because the thing you're mentioning, and I'll just say what it is, money likes to move fast. The energy of money likes to move fast. It doesn't like to be held. And it doesn't mean we don't save, we're not practical. But when we're manifesting and creating money, it likes to come to us quick. And that's why we have to learn to be open. So we're getting the Knight of Wands and the Tower card. And I'll show you these. Already that's telling me that you are going to start clearing this energy out and making room for more abundance. And you will be collaborating. And I'll show you, I can't wait to show you all these cards. And this should really get clear. So you're in a good place. You have a lot of good energy coming up. Oh my goodness. All I can say is you're on the right track. So here's what I'm getting. I'll show you these. These are beautiful cards. These are my luxury finance cards. All right. So we're getting the Knight of Wands as well as the Tower card, which is actually a very good duo when it comes to finance, because what happens is it shows quick movement and a clearing energy right away. So you're reestablishing things in general, moving in that direction. Now, the thing that also makes me feel very excited for you is you have two cards of the number 3 coming out, the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. This is a connection with others around creating and a community. And again, a sense of movement forward and a positivity around the topic. And then 3 of Pentacles, that means people working together, people in spirits working together in order to bring about the type of experience you want, which is abundance and clear abundance. But we go further here, right? I'm glad that makes sense. We have the 6 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, also a really beautiful duo. The 6 of Wands is really this idea of like being triumphant, being a victor, having success, right? And so it's rising head and shoulders above a lot of other situations that you may have been in before. But it's the Ace of Pentacles, which is the seed of opportunity, especially if we're talking about finance, that you have coming towards you, which is fantastic. The final 2 cards which are very exciting. The King of Swords, who is an amazing business, sort of has a lot of business acumen when it comes to logic, finance, clarity, communication, and ideas. And then finally, 6 of Pentacles. This is creating an equilibrium, a give and take, a reciprocity around finance. So I feel like you're really moving in the right direction, honestly. And I think you're making room for these things. And I'm excited for you. A little something is if, I don't think I have it uploaded. I'm glad that makes sense. But I have a friend who has a YouTube channel, and she specifically has a whole YouTube channel connected to money manifestation. She's a money coach, and her name is Taylor Eaton. And she has a lot of subliminal meditations, which have the track of like helping you with these things. She has a ton of content. So I would definitely check her out. Okay. I'm excited for you. Go get it. That's exciting. I think you're really at the point of being ready for that. Okay. So thank you so much for getting this reading with me. You're welcome. That was exciting. I'm very excited for you. Yeah, go check out Taylor. She has a lot of, boy, oh boy, she has a lot. Okay, so everybody, if you would like to get a card pull, an oracle card pull, please go ahead and put your name in the chat. We're not as much doing like a specific reading like Amani just got. That's one of the ones, if you want to partake in that, you can either 25 or 35. What are Akashic Records guides? Yes. So the good thing is, Mia, is that you're inside of you're going to be learning more about that inside of the class, please. Okay, Anna, we got you. Jennifer, we got you. Amazing. Thank you so much. So everybody has Akashic Records guides, and when they work in the Akashic Records. So that's a part of it. And if you guys also know, I have a introduction. I have a meditation on learning to and going into your Akashic Records. You can always use that as an opening and try it and see what happens. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and start with Anna's oracle card, please. And if anybody else wants to get on the list, please let me know if you want a little bit more of a reading. All right. So this is for Anna or Anna. Okay, so we have Go to the Sea, and I just want you to notice how there's a little man's face in there as well, which is so sweet. It's just at the top. So this to me has a lot to do right now for you, Anna, with disconnecting from things that are maybe weighing you down. And if you think about water, how soothing it is, how healing it is, this has a lot to do, I think, with you letting go, doing things that make you feel calm and a sense of release, and also just a sense of healing. So that's the card for you today, which I absolutely love. Okay, this is for Jennifer. And again, if anybody does want to get a little bit of a longer reading, feel free. The reading information is at the bottom of my screen. And so we will continue. So this is for Miss Jennifer. And if you're new, please feel free to say hello. We are doing card pulls for subscribers. You're more than welcome if you would like to get on the list, if you want more of a reading like what you saw a moment ago for Imani. Okay, you're welcome, Anna. Okay, this is for Jennifer. Oh, okay. Here's what I'm getting for you. This is Jennifer. We're getting the why. Okay, this to me is a deep level of curiosity, Jennifer, that you have around things connected to your life, but on a deeper level, understanding things from a spiritual perspective, having a really strong level of curiosity, a passion, inspiration, and really trying to understand things on a much deeper level, which I think is absolutely, we talked about that last night, having a deeper level of curiosity, which is pretty amazing, right? I love that for you. Okay, this is for Amia. Most loved. Thanks, you guys, for being here. If you did want to have your card pull, or if you want to get on the list are longer read. I'm glad that makes sense. The list is for those who want a little bit more of a reading, and all the information is below. And really, please say hello in the chat if you're comfortable. And I would love it if you would like to become a subscriber. Okay, so this is Amia. We have deep knowing. Oh my gosh. You know what's really cool is I feel like if you can see, I hope you can see the little owl there. This also to me really makes sense for you, Mia. It's sort of like that, again, like Jennifer, both you guys have a deep level of wanting to understand why, and why are things the way they are, and what do I need to know, and a deep level of curiosity, understanding, and a passion to learn as much as you can about things connected to spirituality, metaphysics, the occult, esoteric studies. So I absolutely love that. And I recognize that in you as well. I know you guys, Jennifer, you and Amia have a lot in common in the sense of you guys both are always like, what do you think of that? What's happening? I love it. So it's nice to see you. So Mandir, let me know your first name. I'm glad that makes sense, my dear. If you would like to get a card pull, you're more than welcome. And if you could just make sure you become a subscriber, then we'll be able to pull you a card. Or if you want something a little deeper. Sam, it's nice to meet you. Oh, Sam, it's nice to meet you. Let's pull you a card and see, okay? Thank you for being here. All right, let's see what comes up for you. All right. Ooh, there's a lot of change going on for you, Sam. You're pulling regeneration. This card reminds me slightly of the Tower card, but not exactly the same. This is really showing this deep inner transformation or a release, letting go that you're currently experiencing. It feels a lot as I'm saying this, that there's a regeneration for you, right? And so that this sense of like pushing your energy up and releasing and letting go. So there's a ton of that tonight. I love that. For tonight, I'm not going to give one tonight. I'm going to stick to doing those once a week, though. But I love that. I know I'm going to be doing those on Fridays, though, Amia. But I appreciate you. Oh, and you said, wow, that's correct. Once things get maybe momentum going and I have more people in, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, it's so good to see you, Divine Love and Light. How are you? Did you want us to pull you a card? Let me know. Thanks for being here, everybody. Also, Be sure to check out, you guys. I have a new guided journey that I release, which is on cord cutting and release. It's beautiful. I also have another reading. I'm starting to record a couple readings a week. Make sure you guys watch those all the way through. I'm trying to get some more momentum on my beautiful channel, which I love so much. I'm hopeful. Things are picking up on my YouTube channel. Oh, great. Okay, so this is for our friend, Divine Love and Light, our dear friend. Oh, were you looking at the Akashic Records meditation? You have to find it, Mamiya. You have to find it. It's on there. Okay, this is for Divine Love and Light. We're getting the card of being orphaned. Okay, so the number 5 is here. And the thing I'm seeing for you specifically, I feel like more than likely you're doing some regenerative healing work on something really connected. It feels like just below your, in your rib cage, almost like things that I know you do a lot of work on yourself already, and you're always sort of healing yourself. But I feel like you're at a point now where you're releasing things on like a cellular level, which is wonderful. Moving you on your goal to be clear as you can as a spiritual being. So that's what I got for you. I hope that makes sense. And if I haven't pulled a card for you guys, go ahead and let me do that for you. Just make sure you're subscribing and you're in the chat. Okay, Mia says, how often do you think I should do it? Like, what are your tips for? Okay, because I've been dedicated to meditating at least once a day. That's great. Elizabeth, it's so good to see you. Yes, I think it's great. Well, so, I mean, the thing I get it is I feel like you're creating a really good, when you're starting to meditate regularly, I want to say, I feel like you're gaining very good habits. And so make sure that if you feel like you're pressuring yourself at any time, or it's too much for you, then you want to, maybe give yourself a little bit of a lighter schedule. But I think it's a really good routine as long as you're enjoying it and don't feel pressured. All right, we'll do one for Elizabeth. Okay, so Divine Love and Light said, my solar plexus, I've been working a lot, regulating your nervous system. Amazing. Thank you. It's been quite a long time, and I'm finally feeling results. I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad for you. That makes me so, because you're such a kind person. So I'm really happy for you. All right, this is for Miss Elizabeth. Okay, thank you guys for being here. All right, Miss Elizabeth. Oh, you're getting the same card that also Amia got. Deep knowing. Okay, and I feel like, Elizabeth, I'm getting this image of you almost looking at yourself in the mirror. Not in a sense of vanity, but in a sense of self-reflection. That's what it feels like to me, as though you're gathering information about things about yourself and your life, and you're welcome. And you're understanding things connected to you on a deeper level. And also, I'm really feeling, Elizabeth, you're willing to look at yourself and do the work. That's really what I'm getting for you, which I think is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad. I know I love meditation too. I'm so glad. Well, if you enjoy it, do it as much as you want. I'll tell you something. When I was first training to be a psychic medium and energy healer, I would meditate an hour a day, 5 days a week. Yes, Imani, let's do an oracle. Let me find one. Let me kind of grab it. I'm going to, you know what, Imani, I'm going to do this deck again since you got this deck, right? Isn't it special? It's so special. Ooh, let's see what comes up for you. I mean, I am such a fan of this deck, Imani. I mean, crazy about it. All right, friends, here we go. I'm obsessed. And the guidebook is so good, Imani, right? I mean, I feel like I love the woman who created it. She's so sweet. And we should show them, right? Okay, hang on. I think I have the book too. Just a second. So it comes with the guidebook too. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, I'm glad. So this is called the Heavenly Body Astrology, the deck. Imani just got it, and I have it, and I'm obsessed. And so is she. There's a really good guidebook. It's in here in a bigger box. I don't want to grab it, but it's very special. The woman is so good. She gives a lot of information. If you're a beginner to astrology, it's a fantastic starting place. So the book, and they're gorgeous cards, and they're made of paper. It's like my favorite. Okay, let me pull a card for you. I know, isn't that crazy? She's got your same birth chart. Amazing. Guess what you just got? Oh my God, Imani, this is so validating. Can I tell you why? You pulled the card of Jupiter, which is to grow and expand. And we were just talking about that. That's so validating. So one thing I want to tell you is that I think it might be interesting for you to think about like doing some I don't know where you stand with doing spell work, but I myself, I mean, I like manifestation work, but I'm more of someone who does like ritual and spells. To me, that's you're bringing in your spirit allies. That's right. It was expansion. I know. And you're totally getting it. So I think you should read about working with the planet of Jupiter. I'm just saying. Okay, so think about that. Okay, does anybody else want a card while we're here? The other thing is, do you guys want me to I'll do a reading because we have a small group here on the collective. And what's the question if you're asking a word about the energy of the collective? What would you like to know? I mean, I just did like a reading today. It's being uploaded, I think tomorrow or later tomorrow, but a lot of energy. I think I talked about this a little bit the other day, but I'll go into it a little bit more. Yes. Okay. I'll show you the deck. It's so good. Okay. So Imani, since you're already into spell work, I would definitely think about working with Jupiter and Jason Miller. He wrote a book on Jupiterian magic. I would highly recommend it. Now, it's a little bit of detail. You might have to adapt it, but think about it, right? I would recommend it for what you're just saying. Okay, his is for Elizabeth. This is called the Heavenly Bodies Tarot deck. It's an oracle deck, okay? Now, understand when you buy it, you get a huge guidebook. It's beautiful. And it teaches you about the basics of astrology. Of course, astrology is a long study, right? It doesn't happen overnight. But this one in particular, very good. All right. So I'm going to do a little reading, I think, for the collective, especially because we're moving into Aquarius. Thank God. Next week, I am just saying. Yeah, Elizabeth, you'll love it. It's a beautiful deck. Hang on, guys. I want to show you something. Let me go grab it. Hang on. You guys know I'm a weirdo. I am a weirdo, but here we are. If she makes another one, you get this whole... You're an Aquarius. I know. I love Aquarius. And I know. I love Aquarius. I'm an air sign, so it helps. But anyway, check out if you enjoy astrology and you want a good astrology deck, this is for you. Check it out. So this is this deck. We were just talking about it. Check it out since we're talking. And if anyone comes in, I haven't pulled you a card, go ahead and let me know. Yes, I'm a Libra. I'm an early Libra. I'm a September Libra. So that's the box, but check it out. You know, you guys, I want to have I need 2 other YouTube channels. One YouTube channel would be if I have free time, which I really don't. But one YouTube channel would just be on reviewing tarot decks and oracle decks. And I just like tarot talk. I would be so happy. Listen, you guys know, I would be so happy. I'd just be creating tarot videos all day long. Look at how this looks though. Okay. Look at the box. It's like a scrapbook. I mean, really, look at the quality. And the price on this is incredible, right? Look at the inside. It's got a feather. It's a great hard box, which I personally love. It says heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. You guys ready? But look at this. It's a hard book. Look at that. And she has a whole part in here, which is just so sweet. It's like a scrapbook, how she created it. And she goes into she goes into this. So she, of course, talks about why she decided to create and her understanding of astrology. She goes into the symbols, and then she goes into, listen to this. She goes into the basics of astrology, the planets, the signs, the houses. She goes into the major aspects. Those are things like when you hear, for example, the elements are part of it, the polarities, the modes, the nodes. Then you learn to just decode the deck. It's so special. The houses. I mean, I can't even talk. And then it's not just so you're not just getting, the signs that you're also getting air, earth, water, fire. You're getting square, opposition, the houses. It's exquisite. And so it's like, if you want a basic understanding of astrology and you're just getting started, this is such a great tool to use. I'm just saying. Shouldn't I have a tarot channel, you guys? I mean, Jennifer's like, yeah, you really should, because you just kind of keep talking about it. But I mean, I have an appreciation for how much work goes into all these things. She did all this herself. She's an artist. I mean, it's exquisite, like such a beautiful piece of work, right? And the guidebook is like so extra, absolutely extra. So there we have it, right? Isn't it yummy? And also, you know what? This is not that spendy. Honestly, when it's on Amazon, which is kind of crazy. I know. I'm a little obsessed. I could literally do that as my job, just be reviewing decks all the time and being a spokesperson, salesperson, but I don't know. I don't think it would make as much. I don't think I'd be able to pay my bills as much as I need to. Oh, Smiley, how are you? Would you like a card? We are just hanging out, having a wonderful time. If anybody wants more of a juicy reading, where if you want something more in depth. Oh my God, Sheree, how are you, my love? You're new here. It's welcome. So if you're new, thank you so much for being here. My name is Carey. I always like to tell you I'm a psychic medium. And if you do, just let me know your first name and we will pull you a card. The Oracle card pulls are free. Linda, thank you. I'm so sorry. I knew you came in. And if you want more of a reading, the information's on the bottom of this. Okay, guys? Aisha, good to meet you. Okay, let me go in order here. So Smiley, will you remind me of your first name? I should know everyone's name by now. Goodness gracious. Let me start with Linda's, and then everybody that wants one. I've seen people come in. So we're pulling Oracle cards. So if you want that, let me know. Sheree, I know you want one. Okay, let's do the Moonology. Hi, Todd. It's so nice to meet you. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for coming. Okay, so hang out. We're going to do Oracle card pulls. If you could just make sure you're a subscriber, that would be great. And then I also asked people if sometime in the next couple of days you could watch one of my, not a short video, but one of my longer videos all the way through. Maybe make a comment, put a thumbs up. That helps my channel tremendously. Okay, so here we go. Thank you so much. Let me just go in order and then we're going to get going just so I stay organized. Okay. So this is Aisha. This is for Aisha. Then we'll do Todd, Sheree. No, Linda. Sorry. Linda, Aisha, Todd, Sheree. Okay, I got it. I know what I'm doing. This is for Miss Linda. Linda, ooh, I love this. You're getting full moon in Libra. This is a time to look for balance. Balance is not always an easy thing to acquire. But if we think about it, this is what I'm getting. If you're having a situation that feels very challenging, your set point for balance is going to be different than when you're in a time of peace or ease. But always sort of finding that inner compass is going to really help you just as far as staying centered and not feeling like your energy gets pulled around. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's for Miss Linda. Okay, now this is for Aisha, our new friend. Good to see you. Let's pull some cards for everybody. What's it going to be for Aisha? Okay, thanks for being here. And then we'll get Sheree. And then Todd. Okay, last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen. So that's a really, I think, one thing I think is really helpful. I know I do this, try to do this myself, is that one of the best things we can do as far as our own spiritual growth and healing is to really be open and ask our guides and spirit each day, what do I need to know today? When you're open and you aren't resisting to the lessons you need to either release, heal, or connect with, things tend to flow in a really nice way. It's when we hold on and hope that something won't happen or we avoid things, that's when things get a little more difficult. So I would say continue to work in flow. I hope that makes sense. All right, let me grab Sheree, then we'll do Todd. Okay, hang on one sec. Sheree, last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. So Sheree, I wonder if I'm getting something for you about doing your own business, right? We haven't talked in a little while, but I feel like there's some things maybe you've been putting off a little bit and connected to your work and business and making yourself a priority when it comes to putting your endeavors into the forefront and making the plans be more like 60-day plans instead of like a whole year plan. That's how we're going to get further along. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's pull a card for our new friend, Todd. Okay, nice to see you guys. Todd, last quarter moon in Aquarius. The good thing is we got Aquarius right around the corner. This says reflect on your priorities, right? I'm really drawn, Todd, to this side of this moon where it's really shining bright and it's not covered in the shadow. So this really means, again, it's very similar to the last card we saw, and that is to just be as open to illumination as possible. You know, it's funny because we don't always think of the moon as a source of light, but it is. It's called a luminary, actually, in astrology. And so even when it is a darker time or we're more challenged, asking for there to be light shown on situations is going to bring you a lot of clarity and balance. I hope that makes sense. Yes, I know, right? We all need that. We are all in that boat together, you guys. We are. So I'm glad that you're all here with me too. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to remind everybody that I have an online community. I'm going to put the link in here. And it is called the Sanctuary. And it is really a place of connection and a place of growth for all of us, including for me, helping you develop your psychic abilities, helping you connect with spirit, work on healing, developing your abilities as far as being able to grow your intuition and then create really this balanced, like spiritual practice in your life in a way that suits you, and a lot of other things. We talk about past lives. We talk about the Akashic records. We talk about healing. So I'd love for any of you guys who feel inclined to join. Yeah, feel free. The link is right there. You'll see it. We'd love for you to come join us. We have 100 members in there, I think, almost. It's amazing. Just in 7 days, I just opened it up. I've done a membership for 4 years. This is year 4. This is the first year. I feel so excited about it because the platform itself and how it works with getting community connected is like no other on the school app. So I've been so happy with it, and I think people are really loving it. So I highly recommend jumping in there. All right. Now, did everybody get a card? And if you didn't, please feel free to drop your name in the chat. I'm just asking, please, for the exchange, if you could make sure you're following me. I mean, you're a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, let me know. Also, I'd like to let people know that I do a lot of education. I'm a psychic medium, so I teach classes on intuitive development, psychic development, the Akashic records, energy healing, how to really start like having a spiritual business, spiritual practice. So lots of fun things. And yeah, so that's what I help people with. So, and I do past life regression. You know, I do several things, but those are my primary. Okay, let's do a reading for the collective. I just want to look at this upcoming week. Now, I do this regularly on my channel. So it's not anything new. Everybody kind of knows that I do these and that I love them very much. So it's a connection that we have. So let's go ahead and start pulling cards for what we need to know. I'm going to pull some just off the table here so we can get some a little more room on the table. All right. So Spirit, can you let us know what we need to be aware of as this collective going forth into this next week? Because and also make sure you guys check out the reading I did. It's going to be released tomorrow afternoon. It's a very good reading on maybe why you're feeling tired right now, why you feel kind of heavy still. You thought, oh, it's January 2026. Shouldn't I be feeling lighter, and why that is? So be sure to check that out. It's going to be uploaded tomorrow. So that's something you want to consider. Okay, let me take a look. I'm actually going to go in and do these are beautiful cards that I got, and they're perfect for Imbolc, which is the end of winter. So they are Seasons of the Witch Tarot, which is their first tarot deck. So let's take a look and see what we're getting. Okay. All right. So what do we need to know? What is the guidance, the insight, the wisdom? What might we kind of need to know? What might we need to know that we're not seeing? And also we want to, like, how can we get more information or connection with our guides and feel prepared for what's coming up? All right. So let's see. And if you do guys want to get a little bit of a differently, I know. They're so beautiful. They're really beautiful, Jennifer. Okay, let's see. What do we need to know? So we're going to pull first, what is it that we need to know? Okay. And then maybe what we're not seeing, and what's the advice from higher self, and then what's the advice from the spirit guides and loved ones. Okay. We have the Emperor coming out. What are we not seeing is the Three of Wands. Ooh, okay, this makes sense. Then we have the Page of Swords, which is advice from Spirit. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles. This is all making sense from what I've been getting in my reading. This is like going to be a microcosm of the reading that I just did. So that's probably good. Okay, this is where we are right now collectively. This is the card of the Emperor. This is the season, though, Seasons of the Witch Winter Emperor. So what this is really telling us is a big energy. Now, as we landed last year, we went through so many difficulties, trials, and tribulations in 2025. And this was from an astrological perspective. We had also from numerology perspective, we had a lot of endings. The number 9 was there. Difficulties. We had people leaving jobs, people leaving probably where they lived, relationships, but things ending. But ending with the hope of something else better was going to be right around the corner. So that was the sense. The sentiment was, okay, we're leaving for something better. We're trusting Spirit, and we're moving through some of the density in our energy that we've had in the past. We're trusting it. We're not going to stay in the same old behavior, the habits, right? But like a good emperor, similar to a king, but a little differently, sometimes you have to make hard choices when it comes to your own destiny. Often you have to say no to a lot of things in order to establish yourself. Okay, that's the other thing. Now, you make the hard choices, the change is coming, but the thing is that sometimes the implementation and the outcome of that, it doesn't happen overnight. A lot of layers have to be worked through in order to have the changes come into fruition. And this is where we are right now. We've been shedding a lot of layers of, and they come in the form, we can feel them physically. So it's in the form of like thoughts, emotional patterns, things connected to energetics of karma, things that are connected in our ancestry, and that acts not just as an energy with quotes in it. That is actually energy that's connected to your organs, to your body, to your emotions, to your nervous system. So if you can imagine you've just gone on a big cleanse because you're stepping into your power, it would Makes sense that if you're in the third dimension where we are, that you would feel like shit for a while. You'd feel exhausted. You'd feel like you had a weight, like you had just climbed up a huge mountain and you were carrying a backpack that weighed 70 pounds, right? So you're like, holy crap, this is so heavy. How are we going to get to the top of this mountain? Well, you're at the top of the mountain, but you need to take a breath because your body hasn't caught up with the huge changes that have been going on in your energy. So what we have to really remember is when we're going through our spiritual path and we're having our awakening in whatever form it's coming, what you want to know, really and truly, when I say this, is that it just takes a while for the body to catch up. You can be the most evolved meditator. You can be releasing things emotionally and in your energy field, but it just takes a while to catch up in the 3D. And that's why you have to take really good care of your body. You have to make sure you're doing things like getting a lot of electrolytes, enough protein, enough vitamin D, vitamin C, right? Because your body's having to replenish itself. And that's part of the emperor energy is he has to make, or they has to make hard choices about the kingdom. So you've had to make these freaking hard choices about your life. And in order to do that, your body just has to catch up. So I really want my community, because this is what I keep seeing from my guides, they keep telling me the same story. I keep going, is this the same story we were talking about last week? And they're like, yes, get out there and tell them what I just told you. It's not, don't change the story. I was like, okay, but I believe them. So we want to know that's the story we're going through. Now, what are we not seeing, right? Makes sense? I'm glad. So I hope that's validating. So what are we not seeing? What are we where is there a blind spot? And here's where it is. Ready? The Three of Wands. Now, what is the Three of Wands? The Three of Wands is an energy of, it's fire, right? And I actually want to say, I think it's probably still in the family of Aries. Okay, I'll have to look that up. I have it on my computer of what decan or what card, or I should say, I think it's Aries, but it is a later Aries. So it's really saying what you're not seeing underneath it is, and what is probably making you have a harder time is part of you is like, I just want to get this shit over with. And Aries does not have a lot of patience. Right? So think about it. Do you have Aries placement in your chart? Maybe you don't. But Aries is like, can we just do the dang thing and get it done? And can we blast this out and move forward? Like, holy smokes, right? And so there's a part of you, again, that's what's not being shown. Maybe you have this undercurrent in your psyche of pressuring you to think you should be moving faster, and you don't have to be moving faster. You just need to accept the fact that some things take time and it's going to all be blanketed and come out in a nice way. Now, what is the information you're getting from Spirit? Well, you're getting the Page of Swords, which is hard to tell in this, the initiate of Winter Swords. It's so beautiful. So the initiate of Winter Swords, which is the Page of Swords, really is very nimble, very fast. And likes to get new ideas and then act on them quickly, but it's looking over their shoulder going, okay, I want to make sure I do that right next time. So what it's telling you, Spirit is saying, just be open, be nimble, and know that things are moving. Keep sharp. You have that. You're still in a process of learning. So you're not going to get all the information lickety split. Okay, that's really what I'm getting. Now, this is what's coming from your spirit guides, and then we'll also pull one of the in bulk cards, okay? 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles is a working, you've been feeling this too? Oh, yeah. So 8 of Pentacles is a working card, okay? It is literally you sitting down at your desk or you sitting down in front of something you're creating or on your computer or literally whatever it is. And you just driving it home every day of working and working on whatever it is, you know, that you're wanting to create. So Spirit and your guides are just saying, keep doing that, you know, just keep doing it. Don't mess about. Don't think you have to do something differently. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just keep at it is really what I'm getting. Now, from them, final 2 cards. These are beautiful. We're getting the horned owl. It says, become the shadow that watches, keeping quiet while moving intentionally. This is so beautiful. Become the owl that watches, moving quietly while keeping and being aware intentionally. That's such a gorgeous card. And then we have North Star, which is, I am embodiment of what I seek, walking with purpose while focused on my path. Isn't that just splendid? So beautiful. And then we have the Angelica. This is lovely. The Angelica, which is also a root. Okay. The bells have rung, chiming far and near. Underneath feathered wings, my dear, you have nothing to fear. This is just a vote of confidence. I know it'll be there, Imani. Don't worry. Yes, we're on a collective. That's what we're doing. We're doing the last part. And you can timestamp it. We're almost at an hour. So if you went back about 10 minutes, guys, you'll be in a good place. This is very validating, you guys. I want to say, and I'll let you know, the extended version of this reading, it's about the same message, maybe different cards or something. But this is what I've been getting for the last 2 weeks, because my guides have been saying, when you read the collective, this is what's going on. There is just a ton of release work still going on. Things are maybe not moving as fast as we thought we would. We thought we would hey, I thought, shouldn't we be moving a little faster? I thought it was 2026. And they're really saying to you, just enjoy the process. They don't want you to feel like you've missed anything or you're doubtful of anything. And this is what I was saying to everybody, Imani, a minute ago. Here's the thing that I'm really understanding from my guides. And this is all the stuff. They've channeled this to me for years, that it just comes in and I absorb it. But the thing is, because we are in the third dimension, and we might be super enlightened, we might be very far along on our path. But because we are in the physical dense dimension, we have to understand that when we do as above, so below, when we do work on an energy level, like all of you guys did that last year and probably the year prior, but you were working up towards that because the year before last was a year 8. And there was a lot of work on that year too. So you're in this 10 year. It doesn't mean you're gliding down the hill and everything's great, but it's just a minute of, okay, take a breath. And remember, your body has to catch up with all that change. And it just takes a while in the 3D to do that. Is there a timeline for this rest period? Aries, Mars, I know. And this is what I was saying. I was getting, it was going to be 2 weeks. That's what I was getting. I have to look at the astrology of that too. I've got to get to my studies. I'm studying astrology, and I have, I'm taking a class. There's a lot of self-study I have to do for my accountability, but I do it 3 times a week and I study. And so I'm getting better, but it takes a while to have all the pieces come up. I am not able to at all tell you guys what's going on. I can't do a reading for the collective. Next year, you can count on it. This year, still getting it. So I saw psychically 14 days. Okay. I'd have to look at what the astrology is of that, if that makes sense on a timeline level, but that's what I got. And I thought, well, isn't it going to be, but it's going to be next week, Aquarius. Well, we have some planets coming up in retrograde too, though, you guys. Yes, that we need to pay attention to our natural cycles. Absolutely. Winter was never supposed to be super externally. Exactly. But we are conditioned by Cap. We are 100%. That is it. And so here's why I say, for me, inside of the sanctuary membership, that's why in the first line of my intention is that we are living in alignment with earth-based spirituality, earth-based spiritual practices. And also we're back in connection with planetary energy, zodiacal energy, and earth-based energy, because then you're getting back in the natural flow. So you're really going from the spiritual all the way down to the physical, but what it was meant to be in the first place, not something false or artificial based upon, like you said, capitalism. And also, let's take it even further. If I'm getting on my soapbox, since I'm on my soapbox, Look at you guys. There's the Morgan coming out again. She's been here since Friday. She's probably been here longer than that, but she's still around. She's a little bit of a butt kicker, that's for sure. So everything that we have happening right now is we just have to sink in and enjoy it, not try and force anything. I think that's so important for all of us. But you guys know that already. Like, that's nothing new. We've been talking about that. So earth-based spiritual practices. So if for you guys who are in the community, we'll get this integrated eventually, and especially if you guys decide you want to do a little more, maybe be in one of the tiers or something. And Jennifer knows this because she's in it, but every month we have a 20-something page newsletter in that Goddess Rising. And in that, what we've done in the past, which I'm going to tweak it slightly, we're very much in connection with the cycles of what's going on. Now, we use, for our own sakes, because it makes a lot of sense, we use the Wheel of the Year, but you don't have to. There's other traditions you can do that. It just makes sense because it's something that I would see and find that's quite easy to connect with and get information. But what we do is we look at that and then we connect with one of the goddesses that's in sync with that time of year. And then we also look at what the new moon is, what the full moon is. We do a basic, I call it more spell work, right? And we're doing that as collective. I tell people I do not teach spell work. Like I don't teach witchcraft, but I practice it, which I've been doing that for 3 years. But I'm not an expert, but it's sort of like a guideline to get you started. And then we also have a tarot spread every month. We have a rune spread, so you can learn about these things over time. So I'm really excited. So that's all going on in the membership. Anybody can join. It's not just for women either. So if you identify, even, being a cis male, we welcome you. We want everybody there who feels comfortable. So very exciting. We have almost 100 people. Super exciting. All right. I'm going to do a last call. Did everybody get a reading? I want to make sure. And please and thank you. Yeah, this month is Kuan Yin. Next month will be Bridget again, Jennifer. We're going to go back to Bridget again. Just kind of revisit Bridget. I think we're going to do that again next month. Because, you got to do Bridget in both. And, we want to have her Bridget's cross. I've got that sitting in my altar drawer. So any other person, would you like a reading or would you like a card pull? Let me know before I close up for tonight. And again, we're going to be doing this on Tuesday. And I know you do. I remember that. Jennifer. I remember that very sweetly for you last year. That was so sweet. That meant so much. I was so excited for you. Bridget's a great energy. She's just so, she's so buoyant in her personality. She's, kind of that slow light that burns like that. I just love her. All right. So does everybody feel complete tonight? I think we feel complete. This was a fun live. Thanks you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Again, make sure you join. If you want more information about any of those, make sure you watch out for the new videos. Make sure you comment. Make sure you guys, like and put your thumbs up in there. I would love that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I'm looking forward to doing these on Tuesdays. Yay. I'll see you guys Friday for sure. All right. Because I'll be on doing my weekly live stream. All right. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes. Hang on. Can you ask me a question about meditation? I know you have more experience. Oh, well, sure. You can ask me any question. Of course, if I can answer it, I will. Please feel free to ask. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Where are you from in Europe? Let me know. Sheree, thank you for joining. Your eyes flicker during it. Do you know why? That's interesting. Well, so for sure, I never say, I'm the type of teacher that never says the pat answers to anyone. Okay. So I always say, we always want to first check medically. I don't think that's it for you. I would say it could be a couple things. It could be that your third eye is going through a period of like opening up. And so your internal psychic vision is probably starting to recalibrate. The Netherlands, I'm so happy to meet you. I'm really glad to meet you. I love my European friends and family. Thank you so much for being here. Come back and see me again. We go live on Fridays as well. So I hope to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I would say it could be something to do with lights, you know, internally, as in psychic internal lights. I think that could be quite, you know, something that might be possible for you. And I have had moments, it has been a while since this happened, but I've had times when all of a sudden I see a flash of light and I'm like, did someone turn a light on? It was just internally. So keep noticing what you see, you know, give it a couple weeks, see how it goes. Ask your spirit guides to show you. You might get a little more information then. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any other questions about that, okay? All right. Okay, my dear ones, I'm going to shove off. I've done a lot of readings today. It was amazing. It's such a beautiful day, like one of my ideal days. Yeah, okay. That'd be interesting. Do you wear glasses? This is just a rudimentary question. Do you wear glasses or no? You too. Have a wonderful night. Thanks you guys so much. Let me know. Last question is, do you wear glasses? That's what I would ask. Okay. All right. That sounds great. All right. Well, then no eye issues. It just sounds like something that's happening. And if it's not bothering you, then it sounds like it's just something of your third eye going on, I would say. It could also be spirit too. All right, dear ones. I'll see you guys soon. You have a birthmark under your eye, though. I always heard that's been said. I don't know. I can't put any data to that, but that's an interesting concept. All right, guys. Lots of love. I'll see you soon. Thanks again. Take care.